what do they have to do? They got to declare. It's just like a bad poker game.
I don't see any more wide open guys than I do in the NFL.
You know,
I don't know
what's really shocking to me is watching the Saints game and watching the Saints drive down after the 49ers score on the run by Alex Smith, quarterback sweep with the big block by Staley, who weighs 380 pounds. And Breeze throws a seam route to Jimmy Graham, and he's double covered, and he's 6'8". And he jumps up and catches the ball and scores a touchdown. We go, okay, they're going to win the game.
Yeah.
Then the 49ers get the ball back and drive 80 yards in 6 plays, and the guy who makes 3 catches in that drive is the best football player on their team, Vernon Davis. Mm-hmm. And you'd say, okay, at what point do we cover 5? Let's go cover 5. Why?
Right.
Doubled Vernon Davis. And to their credit, the touchdown catch was a high-low on that linebacker.
It was well covered.
It was really well covered. But that's where you get, at some point, you say, you know, sometimes they win.
Right.
And sometimes we win.
Yeah, I mean, what they did with that is, you know, call it Y and X over here. They put them in a stack alignment, and
Mm-hmm.
you're not expecting what we would call a squire, and it was great against cover 2, cover 1. I mean, it was our out against anything except for quarters, really, because that safety's low.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the interesting part of that is, I think, was it Terrence Newman was the safety for the...
He's
Or no, it
plays for the
wasn't Terrence
Cowboys.
Newman, I'm
It's
sorry.
the guy from the Saints is really good too.
Yeah, I can't remember the name, but because they're in the red zone so close to the goal line, he's playing almost as a quarter safety, even though they're in 2. So you get this, he outside releases, now he gets over the top of the corner, now you have
There's your high-low.
the little hook to keep this guy right here. Vernon Davis gets over the top, and the safety's so low that he's right here, but the ball just beat him.
It was perfect.
And Vernon Davis hung on to it.
You know, there's going to be something that you'll see that in college, Michigan was first place I ever saw this, and Bo Schembechler and then Lloyd Carr taught, here's the end zone. And if in your pass offense, they taught their defenders, no secondary defender is deeper in the end zone ever than 5 yards. Because their thought was, that beats us.
Right.
Okay? So Arizona State's playing him in the Rose Bowl, and John Cooper's a pretty smart coach, and he says, let's take this guy and curl him a yard in the end zone, and take this guy and run the back line. 4 touchdown passes against the best defense in the country. Not because it beat the players, it beat the concept. So that play that Harper, was that his name? The
Roman
safety?
Harper.
Roman Harper.
That's it.
Okay, I got one more.
We would run that. We'd have a nice little concept there where if they were playing that 7, that fence, is what we called it.
Yeah.
We'd run 80 Y&H spacing Z squire, and so the guy's running that route right over the top on the back line of the end zone. The Y and the H are sitting right in the end zone. So,
1 yard or 2 yards in.
And so you're just high-lowing it, and then on the backside we would have Raven, which is if they come out and play straight man, we would kill the protection, go to 58, so now we're keeping the Y and the H in, and these guys are running, you know, one slant, and he's trying to pick the guy, and he's running the little
Slant wheel.
So it was a good concept.
Because if you had your choice, you'd be in a concept system rather than a numbered system. Then I want you to use that. Squire concept, rattle concept, because you're talking their language.
Right.
It's just being on Wall Street, being able to say, give me a word quick here, like amortize.
Yeah.
Wall Street?
I've got 2 quick ones that have nothing to do with football.
Okay.
Remember, I got 90 of these, so we have a lot of these. I already asked you about what a tech stunt was. We did 4 protection, 4 guys in the A-gap. I got one for you to think about overnight because I want you to draw it up for me tomorrow when we meet. Okay. Give me 3 variations on the smash concept.
On the smash concept?
Yeah, 3 variations on the smash.
Well, your standard smash concept, you're going to have the corner over the top, and this little hitch route, like 5 to 6 yards.
That's number 1. What's your read?
The corner.
Okay.
But quite often these guys, I mean, this is too standard for them. A good corner is going to show you open hit, or he's going to show you closed hips and try and bait you into this one. He's going to sink right to it.
You know what? If if we put that in the context of the defense you and I have talked about, to trap, that's smash trap.
Right.
That is how
And the
they're
good
going
ones,
to trap it.
it's tough because
Sure.
you see this guy clamp down and he can still make that play.
Okay, still smash concept. Give me one other way to run that.
Either motion this guy down to a stack alignment or just line him up in it. And now the difficulty is you don't know which guy has which responsibility. So we would go smash Omaha, sometimes with this guy, and now he takes the over the top. And so you're just switching him up a little bit, or this guy could take it and this guy's down over the top.
I want you to use these words. I want you to use for 3 concepts: smash, hitch in a corner; smash, switch, corner and a hitch; and stack.
Right.
Because that's the 3 that
so we're saying if we were in smash switch, now this guy's
exchange.
inside releasing like this.
There you go.
And this guy probably runs the wide.
Right there.
Okay.
Right there. And that's the way we're going to draw it. Because some people say, well, if it's smash switch, do I run a corner from out here? Well, you can't. You got to run the stop sign. You know what the stop sign is?
Yeah.
There it is. This is also kind of a big deal. But come here, Mark. I want you to see this. Because this, when you have a spare moment at a bar, and you're making, if somebody said, well, how many sides on a stop sign?
8.
It's an octagon, 8 sides. So if I have a receiver, we're going to take this out and this out, okay? And here's my receiver. And did you meet Sammy Parker today? You know Sammy.
Well, I know
right?
Sammy,
Okay. Sammy's first guy I saw introduced this to me when he was playing for Kansas City, because we were talking about releases from the line of scrimmage. He's not a very big guy. I said, how did he get off? You know, I mean, golly. He said, very first of all, his first time he was doing this, he's fresh out of Oregon. He's a sprinter. I mean, he's a great player. He goes, I line up against Cherry, the safety they had there for so many years, a great player, who's also like 5'9", but 190 pounds. He tries to swim off the line of scrimmage. Boom! Broken rib. And I said, okay, never going to do that again. So if you took what are called stem releases, here's a rose bush. There's the stalk. What are stems then? Okay, there's a stem, there's a stem, anything but a straight line. So if we ran the outside stop sign, here's the sideline. Outside stop sign curl would be outside stem, burst, push the inside route, curl. Outside stop sign, boundary. Oh, I love this. Why is this such a great route? It's a great route because of that. Because the corner goes outside stem, I've seen it. Push, it might be the 9 route. Break, I've got to defend the dig and the post. And we run the out. And there's not a lot of guys that can do this because you're running this way and you have to stop and go back out. It's as good as my favorite, the slug out. So when he's out there with us, I want to do this again. But this would be an inside stop sign. So I'm running an outside breaking route. Inside stem to 5, burst to 10, push to 15, run the out from there. There's 100 different ways to get there. Some give a corner an intuitive look. I think I know what you're doing. Makes sense. I think the best ones are counterintuitive. It'd be, for example, I run this. Guy goes, I'm jumping that. That's it. You know, either start of the shallow cross or an in. And we do that. There's going to be a question in there tomorrow too about counterintuitive. Intuitive and counterintuitive in terms of what you give as a read for the secondary when you drop.
Okay.
That was excellent. Oh no, I'm not done. I have. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie is a toss-up between 2 Tom Cruise movies, believe it or not, even though I'm not a huge fan of his. A Few Good Men or Top Gun.
We'll take those. Have you seen the new Mission Impossible?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I enjoy it.
I got a very interesting answer last year, and the kid, this young black kid from LSU, started crying when he told me this. I said, what's your favorite movie? And he said, The Shawshank Redemption. And I said, why? He said, my dad was incarcerated. He was innocent. He got out after 18 years. He was in prison. I'm going, God, I'm not asking that question again. I said I could ask something like, what's your favorite kind of ice cream?
Yeah,
So, hey, nice work.
that was
We're
good.
only scratching the surface here. Now, I said defensive fronts and hybrids.
Right,
The hybrids are what you're seeing from the Patriots.
right.
The Giants are, Perry Fuel is pretty standard, 4-3. We got better guys up front than you do. Their weakness, in my mind, is still their secondary.
Yeah.
And how would you like to have a secondary that's a weakness against Tom Brady? So, and these other films that I'm getting, I told you they're quarterback based. So it's all Brady stuff, then it's all Rodgers stuff, all Breeze stuff. What I'd like to be able to do is, as we look at it, I freeze frame the end zone view. And you tell me what you see.
Yeah.
Hey, 25, that's the under front. Ooh, that looks like 49. That's a 3-4, either a reduction or a 3-4 under because of what I see on the weak side. And then the ones that are probably the hardest to come up with is, I see 8, I need to know who they are.
Right.
You know, if you're playing Arizona, where's 24? As soon as I know where Adrian Wilson is, I need to know where Troy Polamalu is. I need to know where Ed Reed is. There's a lot more of that. But still, in some respects, that alignment is screaming something to you. You know, if he's down on the weak side, what would his coverage be? Now, that means you got to process 3 or 4 more things in 5 seconds.
Yeah, he's either coming or he's probably a flat player.
Either covering or flat player. Could he be a hole player?
From low?
From low? I doubt it.
Yeah.
I don't think so. So I think that's the way you have to think. You give him, and then when you watch this film, is that Saints?
Yeah.
Yeah. They do. I'd love to see you be in that system.
Yeah.
They're a vertical.
There's a new schedule.
Cool.
Now let's talk about tomorrow for a second. Do you feel comfortable doing that? Going to this luncheon thing, or would you rather just?
I'd rather not,
Okay.
personally.
Totally leave that up
What
to
time
you.
was it?
It's noon.
Yeah, Travell nixed that
Okay.
pretty emphatically.
Same for David.
I didn't ask him.
I'm sure I'm gonna probably tell David it's probably the same thing.
That sounds had more than
I
just
can't-
getting here.
Well, the darn thing has a broken bottom.
We're done with the tape on this.
No, we're going to keep Coach Q. I need you for 10 minutes, and then Travell, we're gonna just do an
Perfect.
interview with you guys.
Do you see the little top to this?
Yeah, I